Home detention violations, what they mean, what they could lead to, how bad is it going to get? Home detention falls under community corrections. Community corrections is a little bit higher than probation. It's right below jail. So when it comes in order of punishment from easiest to hardest, you have nothing, you would have probation, home detention, and then work release, which is community corrections, and then you have jail, prison, kind of being the hardest. So community corrections, if you're placed on home detention, basically what that is telling the judge is, hey, I still need to get to work, I still need to get to church and things of that nature, and still be able to make a living, but the crime that I committed is serious enough, or my history is serious enough to warrant something a little bit harsher than probation. Home detention is exactly what it sounds like. You are confined in your home if you're not at work, if you're not at church, or if you don't have an excuse pass out from your community corrections officer. So one of the questions we get frequently is, hey, what happens if I violate home detention? When you violate home detention, a judge is going to issue what's called a no bond warrant. And because you're on community corrections, it's considered an executed sentence. It's an alternative placement to jail. So you are not entitled to bond if you violate community corrections. In other words, for whatever reason, say you failed to appear at an appointment, say you miss a drug test, those are violations. Say you cut off your band, that's kind of elevating it. You pick up a new crime, that's going to the extreme. Those all qualify as home detention violations. A no bond warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. You're going to be taken into custody, or you're going to surrender, and you will remain in jail until that violation gets sorted out. Now, there are some instances and there are some courts that will sometimes allow a bond. Again, not entitled to bond, so there's no need for you to be put back on home detention. But any violation is telling the judge, hey, you gave me a chance. You put me on home detention. I couldn't succeed. The next step up would be work release, and then even worse, jail. So what happens, for example, if you were to cut off your band? Well, that's about as bad as it can get, because not only is that potentially picking up a new charge, because that would then lead to escape, and then ultimately of the violation as well. So if you get stuck with a new escape charge, it's going to make you ineligible again to be put back on home detention. So home detention really is your last chance before avoiding some more serious confinement, whether that be work release, whether that be jail, whether that be Department of Corrections. And we get calls all the time. Hey, Matt. Hey, Marc. Hey, Zach. What's going to happen? Hey, I need to figure this violation out. It's just a minor violation. Doesn't matter. Minor violations oftentimes get compounded into significant issues. And most of that stems back from the fact that there's no entitlement to then be continued on your release status if there is a violation. Again, no bond hold is attached to executed sentences. Home detention is an executed sentence. So if you're charged or it's alleged that you violated home detention, whether as small as you didn't make a phone call, you forgot what time your meeting was and you missed it, or as severe as you picked up a new case, you cut off your band and said peace, you're not entitled to bond if you're picked up. So community correction violations are very, very serious, and they need immediate attention. So if you find yourself in a situation, give us a call. 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.